Imagine, if you will, a bustling city. Not just any city, but one where the tour guides have feathers, beaks, and an impeccable sense of adventure. That's right. In this world, birds have taken over the tourism industry, and they have perfected the art of showing humans the best a place has to offer. Today, we're going to explore how these winged wonders manage to be the most charming, efficient, and frankly, hilarious tour guides you've ever met. Let the tour begin. The sun rises over the city skyline, and there it is, our first feathered guide of the day. A bright blue parrot perched on a lamppost, clutching a very detailed map in its talons. The map is astonishingly large, almost comical, as the bird flutters to keep it steady against the gentle breeze. The parrot studies it for a moment, adjusting its tiny spectacles perched on its beak. Yes, this is serious business. With an approving squawk, it nods and begins directing tourists toward the perfect starting point for their city adventure. A little further along, we find a flock of enthusiastic sparrows eagerly assembling a group of tourists. The birds chirp back and forth, clearly leading a lively discussion that the tourists appear to understand through sheer enthusiasm. One sparrow, decked out in a bright yellow vest, flutters up to the front. It gestures dramatically with its wings at the grand plaza before them, explaining the history of the cobblestone paths with an occasional chirp for emphasis. The tourists snap photos, but not of the monuments. Oh no. They're captivated by their pint-sized tour leader, whose charisma is unmatched. High above, on one of the tallest cathedral spires, a majestic hawk unfurls its wings and gestures toward the horizon. The hawk's keen eyesight, naturally, makes it a premier guide for spotting landmarks. Its audience stands in awe as the hawk points in the direction of the distant mountains, the bustling markets, and even a tiny hidden cafe down a winding street no GPS could ever locate. Then, with a graceful swoop, it guides the tourists onward, urging them to follow their newfound knowledge firsthand. Near the town square, pigeons, yes, pigeons, are having a blast with visitors. These urban veterans of human interaction have mastered the art of selfies. A pigeon perches expertly on a selfie stick, while its companion fluffs up into perfect framing position beside a delighted tourist. "Coo!" the lead pigeon exclaims, its feathers shimmering in the sunlight. It's clearly calling this its good side. Click! Another flawless photo is taken, and the tourists laugh in delight as the pigeons flap their wings, signaling their appreciation for the attention. Inside the city's museum, a small raven perches confidently near a group of visitors. With a laser pointer tied gently to its foot, the raven clicks it on with a sharp caw. It expertly highlights an ancient artifact, a vase thought to be over 2,000 years old. The crowd leans in as the raven points to carvings and symbols, following its occasional head tilts, as if listening to some fantastic avian lecture. A small child in the group appears mesmerized as the raven flutters to another exhibit, ready to share even more historical insights. Transitioning to the outskirts of the city, we find ourselves on a nature trail, and the tone of the tour shifts. A robin takes the lead this time, hopping carefully from one rock to another. This isn't just a nature walk, it's an immersive experience. The robin chirps melodically as it points out medicinal plants, rare flowers, and hidden streams. A few older tourists hold binoculars, trying to keep up with the robin's swift movements. "Cheer up, cheerio," it sings, as if reminding the group to stick together. Nearby, a jay whistles sharply, double-checking the trail conditions. It's clear these birds are masters of multitasking. Back in the busy streets, a team of finches has turned crosswalk duty into performance art. Perched atop little signposts, they hold up brightly colored signs with slogans like, "Left here for the best gelato," or "Historical District, this way." The signs are lightweight, but effective, and the finches take pride in tilting them at just the right angles for long-distance visibility. Occasionally, one flutters to an isolated tourist looking confused and tweets urgently, leading them to the correct path. It's a small effort, but it earns admiration from everyone who crosses their path. Meanwhile, a bold cockatoo stands at a central square, answering tourists' questions one at a time. A woman steps forward, holding a crumpled pamphlet and looking lost. The cockatoo wiggles its crest confidently and starts pecking at a large directional board lined with icons. A major attraction here, a scenic route there. The woman scribbles notes as the cockatoo delivers an enthusiastic squawk/nod to indicate, "Go that way." The woman beams, and with a quick thank you, she heads off in the right direction. The cockatoo puffs out its chest, another satisfied visitor. Lunchtime rolls around, and what's a good tour without some culinary recommendations? Enter the seagulls. While they might not share the pigeon's urban charm or the robin's natural elegance, they are connoisseurs of takeout delights. A seagull swoops down dramatically, landing on a stack of fish and chips menus. It lets out a sharp cry as if to say, "You can't go wrong with this one," and fans out the menus with its beak for extra emphasis. The tourists laugh and follow the advice, enjoying their lunch as the seagull watches smugly from a nearby bench. By the end of the day, the Bird Tour Guide Association takes its feedback very seriously. At a corner park, a pair of sparrows sit atop a tiny suggestion box labeled "Rate Your Tour, Cause and Effects." Visitors drop in colorful notes, while the sparrows chirp in encouragement. A particularly enthusiastic tourist scrawls, "5 stars, would fly again," and the sparrows trill in delight. Behind them, a magpie peeks into the box, as if already brainstorming improvements for the next tour season. And there you have it, a day in the life of the birds who run the tourism world. Be it guiding, educating, entertaining, or recommending, these feathered friends prove they're far more than just creatures of the sky. They're partners in adventure, sharing their perspective, literally, from above and beyond. So the next time you travel, keep an eye on the skies. You just might discover the best tour guide you never expected.